This demonstration we're going to have a look at how to manage mailboxes. So we're going to use the graphical user interface. We're also going to use the Exchange Management Shell. Have a user here, Daniel Brunner, who is currently an Active Directory user account but currently doesn't have an Exchange mailbox. So the first thing we're going to do here is just swap over to the Management Shell. And on the Management Shell we're going to mail enable this user so he will have an Exchange mailbox. First thing I need to do here is just use my enable mail user shell. Okay, here's the command then. Enable mail user, Daniel Brunner, given an external mail address of daniel@contoso.com. As we can see, Daniel Brunner now is a mail user within our Exchange organization. So now let's say that Daniel's finished using the email system. He was a contractor. We want to leave him with his Active Directory accounts. He can still come in and do some work, but he's going to start using his external mail address. So one of the other commandlets that we have is disable mail user. So we'll take this command in as well. So as we can see, disable mail user Daniel Brunner. Hit the return key, just saying, are you sure you definitely want to do this? Yes, I am. So we've now disabled Daniel's mail account. If we come back to Active Directory users and computers, we can see that Daniel still does his Active Directory account. So we'll close down Active Directory users and computers, just minimize down the shell and come now into our Exchange Management Console. Within here, we're just going to look at creating a new mailbox. So in the mailbox, on the organizational unit, we can see we've got a number of mailboxes on the various servers that we have in place. We then come down to recipient configuration. To create a mailbox, we right click on the mailbox tab, and what we can do now is create a new mailbox. What I'm concerned about doing here is creating a user mailbox. So we'll create next. We're going to create a new user, but what we could do is we could have added in Daniel at this point here. So we could have taken an existing user from Active Directory users and computers and added it in from this point here. However, we are going to create a new user, and we can specify an organizational unit for the user, so I will. And I'll browse through here, and what we're going to do here is Kim is just about to join our marketing department, who's the user I'm about to create, and the user is Kim. Last name Akers, so we've got Kim Akers. We need to specify her user login account. So in the case of my organization, we just log in with the first name, because we don't have anybody with conflicting names. And then stick in a valid password for the user. What we could also do at this point is allow the user to change the password at next logon. We won't. Click the next button. Now what we can do here is we can enter the alias for the mailbox user and also specify the mailbox locations and policy settings. So in the case of the alias, we'll just stick with Kim yet again. We'll specify the mailbox where we want to store the user, and I'm going to store this on mailbox database 1 on van exx1. Manage folder policy, we'll come back to those in a little later demonstration, and we've also got the Exchange Active Sync policy, and again we'll come back to that in a later demonstration. Click next. We'll come back to the create an archive as well, so we won't bother creating an archive mailbox for this account. Everything she has will remain in her inbox until she decides to delete it. Click next at this point, read through the summary, we're happy with that. Click new, and as we can see, goes away, creates the user. We can see the Exchange Management Shell to create this mailbox enabled user, and then click our finish button. We now have Kim Akers in place. So that was creating or enabling users through the Management Shell and creating new mailbox users through the Exchange Management Console. Thanks for watching.